My personal background starts with being born and raised in Jamaica. My family and I came here when I was pretty young, and then I eventually became a citizen at age 18. It's pretty important because I developed these skills around being really adaptable from a young age, and I had no idea at the time, but ended up serving me really, really well. I got the chance to go to a great high school in a suburb just outside of Detroit. They were focused on exposing their students to as many different fields and industries as possible, which is where I got my initial exposure to business. Both that and my dad was a small business entrepreneur. I got the chance to go to University of Michigan as well, just study engineering, because I wanted my major in college to really give me two things. The first is like developing the skills around breaking down large problems in a small, manageable like tasks and concepts. No matter what I ultimately did with my career, if I had that skill, it would be pretty valuable. And then the second reason was I wanted to study something that I thought would help feed my intellectual curiosities. A big part of who I am as well is just really giving back and being values focused. I had some pretty impactful things happen to me when I was in Jamaica in my childhood, and someone decided to step into my life and made a big difference and kind of left me with like the desire and interest in giving back and all of these other things. And so when I first got to college, I saw that there's a gap on campus. There weren't really networks and resources to help students that looked like me be successful, so I built a bunch of them. So I'm pretty involved in the community, giving back from college all the way till now. Built a few organizations such as early math and learning organizations that not only gave jobs to students, but improved graduation rates, and spent 3 years going to Wall Street in a variety of different investment banking positions and management consulting positions. That just really sort of fed, like I mentioned, the initial interest in business and just helped sharpen and hone me. Having an appreciation for the role that small and medium-sized businesses play in our communities and societies is maybe the first part that the interest begins in acquiring companies. Because my dad was a small business entrepreneur, a residential contractor, seeing him and being the son of an entrepreneur sparked the interest in business, but also seeing where he fell short and maybe did not understand, and the gap that existed in his businesses and the gaps that existed in the processes that he had sparked the initial interest in me to say, I want to be able to acquire businesses and fill in the things that he was missing so that I can help them really achieve what their full potential ultimately is and realize some of the success that they deserve. From the lower middle market investing I did, I went out to build my own portfolio. I've done 7 acquisitions to date, so I've acquired 7 small businesses and run this same playbook that I've developed through the things that I learned in my professional background as a private equity investor and a management consultant and investment banker. So I developed the playbook, acquired businesses, and started running it within the businesses that I've owned. Starting off, the first 90 to 180 days is just learning. You just have to learn and understand all of the decisions the businesses has made, why, and just become intimately familiar with it. And then from there, once I have a clear sense of the unique maybe disadvantages or gaps that exist in the business, start to fill them in with the playbook. Then the last piece is bringing in that finance skill set. We're doing accretive M&A. So we're looking at local competitors in the market that would be a good fit and benefit heavily from our playbook. And then we're reaching out to them and acquiring them and merging them into our platform to make sure that, we're better together.